Hi and welcome to 3D Print Tech Design. My name is Anton Monson and today we're building a new studio. So we just moved from this tiny apartment where I had a small office where I was trying to do YouTube videos, but as you probably know, that didn't really happen. I have a ton of excuses, but the limited space and having to sit by the printers and being cramped up in this small environment was probably the main excuse. But in this new house, I get to occupy two rooms. One is going to be the office and one is going to be the printing room. And you get to come along on the journey of creating those rooms, designing, getting furnitures, building IKEA furnitures, and all of that good fun. So in this multi-episode series of moving into new house, I'll be showing you how I plan out or sketch out these two rooms, how I design a workbench, how I design a studio with good background and live streaming capabilities and lighting and all that good stuff. And also, of course, how to kind of optimize the 3D printing room, because this is still a normal house. I don't have ventilation out for the air, so we need to build some sort of system where we can keep filament dry, where we can print without having to worry about resin smells and stuff like that. So that's further along in the series. Yeah, I'm super excited about this whole stuff, so I'm glad you are too, or hopefully you are. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so let's set up some goals for the top office. I'm thinking that we need to have, first of all, it's going to be a workplace. So we need to have a raisable small desk, so it doesn't get cluttered with projects, that we can raise and lower depending on the work position. Also going to be my camera tripod, I suppose, because it's kind of small in there. We also need to have a really pretty background, something that's nice to look at, something that's neutral. And some pretty looking furniture. So we need to have furniture with good storage, but also display, so I can display cool 3D printing projects like the SpaceX things and future projects, of course, and RC cars and whatever. Also 3D printers and scanners, of course. On top of that, I need the place to be dynamic, so we can change things up and move things around. Maybe I want to work from a different angle or film from a different angle. So we need to be able to move it around a little bit. And of course, storage. There has to be a lot of storage because you do get a lot of tools and filaments and stuff, and yeah, being able to store that is really important. Okay, so with all those goals set up, I think it's time that we actually start to do some planning. How are we going to utilize the space that we have? To do that, of course, we have to measure everything first. So I'm going to just measure up the rooms, mark everything that I can, and then we go into 3D and start to plan out with some furnitures. Pretty early I decided that I want some sort of nice looking furniture with some wooden faces, and IKEA has the perfect system. It's called Bro. You also have this planner where you can plan out and check measurements, check the cost, and just keep adding shelves and all that. And I think when we combine this with some sort of color that we check later, I think it's going to look really well. So this will be the base of my idea. And we have to make some 3D modeling to make sure that we can check how everything fits. So here I'm actually modeling everything really carefully. So with the room complete, I think it's time that we build up some of the Bro system furnitures to make sure how they fit and how we can optimize them. One of the things that I want as well is a movable desk that you can raise up and down. IKEA has a really cheap one that you manually go up and down. I think that's going to work for me. So quickly model those measurements as well, so we can use this later to check out everything fits. I also want to make sure that I can actually sit and work here, so I'm grabbing this chair from GrabCAD, and it finally looks like an office. This really looks awesome. This turntable is going to work really well during live streams, unboxings, and just have and play around with. I can't wait to start doing some live streams and more filming. Alright, so one of the good things about working in 3D is that even though it's a pretty small room, we can actually simulate this camera that you're watching and put in a human being, and we can actually see that the camera and the layout works. So let's go ahead and check out that. So in this scene, if you want to, you can select the camera and you can adjust the field of view like a lens would do. And you can see kind of how it works, and it looks like everything works. And even if we move in the bench and we do a fast render, it looks actually like this will actually work. And yeah, the last thing probably before we get going is to choose what color to have on the back wall. So yeah, we went a little bit crazy with the color samples because yeah, we might want to paint the rest of the house. But trying them out on my skin tones and in the room with the light and cameras, I was quite happy with them, and yeah, it turns out this darker green is probably my favorite color. So yeah, all we have to do then is prep the room, and then we can start painting. Finally, the room is finished, all the painting is done, and now only thing I have to do is go to IKEA and pick up all the furnitures. So while I do that, and I'll see you guys in next week's episode, you are going to go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and let me know what you think about the project. That's all for now, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!